myself, trustee Manosky, trustee Dunn, treasurer Snoblin, attorney Megan Lamb, Chief Picosta, and Chief Bruce will not be joining us today because he's feeling ill. Okay. And if you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So you probably need to do a motion for Dana to be the secretary, acting secretary, in Bruce's absence.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to make trustee Dunn the acting secretary in the absence of Secretary Mack.
I will second that.
All right, and I think you can do a voice vote.
Yeah, that's okay.
Voice vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? All right. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Okay, consideration of the minutes of the regular meeting for August 11th. I'll be honest, I didn't skim them yet.
I skimmed through real quick before the meeting. Everything looked fine to me.
Yeah, John usually does a bang up job on them, so. They look good to me. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I will second.
All right, and all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Okay. Agenda item 4, Chief's report.
I'll lead off this month, that's good.
Sure.
Sound good? So I'll just start real quick with our call volume. I did miss last month, which worked out well for me because I think we had almost 40 calls last month, so I had to have Deputy Chief Roberts come in my absence and explain all of them, so that works out good. Happy accidents. But we did get back to just some of our more typical call volume levels, and that just happens once in a while with these spike, really for no reason other than it's just that time of the year for somebody. So nothing out of the ordinary though. Seemed like, again, this was a pretty standard month. Mostly 14 out of the 15 calls were all EMS related, so I don't think there's anything in particular to report unless you guys had something specific questioning about calls at all. Some of our internal just happenings around the department with schools kicking off and family things getting back in session, where obviously we're lining up our open house too, and I know Liberty was going to talk about theirs as well. Ours is on the 19th, so if anybody wants to attend both, we'll have 2 separate weekends that you can come. 11 to 2 on the 19th, it'll be our main station on Deer Path Road, 255 Deer Path. We do plan to invite a lot of community partners to come and just have, whether it's a table just for information or to have a spot to ask questions. And we do look forward to, this is our first time in 3 years doing it. So we did, I think, 1 since COVID, and then this will be our next one. So not an annual thing that we've been, but we'd like to get back to doing more regularly. So that's a good thing. We also, this week, just to point out, we have a 9/11 ceremony in Market Square at 9 o'clock, so everybody's invited to that. Pretty short, but it is nice to just, again, remember and recognize what happened that day and have a little ceremony for that. Internally, we have a new hire that did start last week, so again, trying to get that ramp up of new people in the door when we're running a little bit short, which is good, and our application process right now is still open for another round of testing, so if anybody's interested or knows anybody, please pass the word along.
EMT or paramedic? Or
I have to be paramedic at the time of hire, but we'll talk to anybody that's interested.
So new hires full paramedic?
Correct. So that, but we also, so right now we even have somebody through our last testing process that is a firefighter EMT, but we're putting them through paramedic school this fall. The hope is we'll just kind of support and stay with him through his time in class, and then I'll have a job opportunity for him. Similar situation with the guy that was on our list. That's with Lake Bluff right now. Lake Bluff sponsoring him, but we're there to be, the secondhand support for all of those things. So I think we're both going to be on the same page. If anybody's interested, put your name in the hat and let's just see what happens. Let's talk. Let's get your career process started. Let's make sure that if you aren't already on the path, we can help you get there. We don't really, turn anybody away if there's questions or thoughts or things that somebody might need for support. Last week, our department, really facilitated by our police department, did an active shooter / what they call school safety violent event drill at Lake Forest College. A couple participating local community fire departments, police departments, also the educators from a couple of the school districts around. I know you guys either have been involved, like some of your employees. You tried to host one that we didn't get enough registration for, but something I'll even just continue to pass on what a good experience it was. Just the inner operation of different agencies that get together that don't typically. I think involving the schools was a really cool aspect of this that I've never been involved in, where we've done an active shooter drill and then that reunification process, trying to get the schools up to speed on what's gonna happen post-event. Really, really good, and I think it obviously benefits anybody in the community, not only that we serve, but just local neighboring communities too. So if something happens anywhere, we're all on the same page. So I thought that was really cool. And then finally, the big news for us for this week is Mike Gallo, Deputy Chief, is retiring after 31 years. So his walkout is on Friday at 1:30. So you guys are obviously welcome to come by, wish him well, but we'll do a little walkout ceremony, final tone out, Friday the 12th at 1:30, yeah. Refreshments, cake, hopefully some fun stories, not too many tears, but I promise there'll be a few, so it should be a good time though. As far as department report goes, that's what I had. Do you guys want me to just touch on the thing with Greg's auto body?
Yeah, if we could just touch on it so it's on the record, that'd be great.
Yep, so real high level, Greg's auto body at the time that it was built was given two options. So they were either going to connect to city water, or if they were gonna be on a well, they were gonna be required to install an FM 200 suppression system. So at that time, those were the two options. They went with the FM suppression system, which was totally fine. Fast forward a number of years, and we're just at a point where that system's obsolete, and we're at a crossroads with them, trying to figure out the best option to continue to provide the protection that they need, but also working within the confines of what their options are. So we've come up with I don't want to say it's a proposal, but an option for them to adopt going to a sprinkler head within their spray paint booth, which is really what we would be requiring of them at this point, had they started from scratch right now. And then we just suggested that they would take 2 years to get that taken care of. Give them 730 days from this date to figure out what they could do as far as the install goes. Obviously, hopefully a little bit sooner, but giving them a deadline is an important component to it, just with the costs associated. We understand it's not something they can do tomorrow. So we did just draft something. We worked with our community development and our bureau to get that set up for you guys. It was something that I'd given to you to review. Really, ultimately, it comes to you guys as the board and the authority having jurisdiction to kind of have that oversight and approval of it. We're happy to enforce and follow whatever guidelines you are wanting us to do, but I do think that this is like the best option. Greg's auto body is on board. It really sets them in a position where we're not asking something special of them that we wouldn't ask for anybody else, either in that same location or any of their neighbors at the same time. I think it's a good option for everyone. So again, with your guys' direction, as long as you're okay with it, I have that letter that we'll have submitted on the record for them and for you guys, and we'll move forward.
Yeah, I took a look at this, and I think it's fine. The only question is, what ordinances did we adopt when, or what was adopted under the ordinance when we transitioned to contracted out service? I'm sure it complies with that. I'd just like to check into that. We just have to go into our records and double check.
So the one thing I'd say, the good news is if anything, it meets or exceeds where we would be at right now. So it's the 2023 IFC codes, which there aren't any newer codes that would have been adopted in lieu of these. So these would at least meet or exceed where that expectation would be. And again, I would think moving forward, just with our knowledge of our community development team, they wouldn't put something in place that would be obsolete or wouldn't be enforceable a year or two from now. I think this is a standard moving forward.
Yeah.
If that gives you any peace of mind to where things are at.
Yeah, so I'm okay with that. If you had a chance to.
I haven't had a chance to look at it, honestly.
Okay.
So,
Can I say something?
Yes.
Can I? Okay.
Absolutely.
So if this is going to deviate from your current ordinance, it is like, as the authority having jurisdiction, you certainly do have the ability to give them a variance. I would like to see this on a meeting agenda, just so you have a paper trail for in 5-10 years, when someone's looking back and wondering why Greg's auto body has just the one sprinkler head in the paint spray booth, when their ordinances would say otherwise. There's an explanation of reasoning for it.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
I think we can put it on the agenda for,
As the currently acting secretary, you want to take note?
I'll make sure it gets
Have
on the
that,
agenda.
Put on the agenda for next month, so that way that gives us time to review what we adopted. But overall, high level, this sounds good. Sounds good.
So what I would recommend, if you're gonna do that, you might as well update your ordinance.
Could look at that too. And again, this was, I know it was short notice and we were even trying to get it before last weekend. It's not something that we are necessarily in a rush, just so you guys have a timeline on. Obviously, we're trying to give them 2 years, I think another month for us to make sure that we're all in line, makes
Mhm.
sense. But getting it before you guys so that you know what's going on and, have time to ask questions, we can definitely stay in touch about that.
Definitely.
And that's simply just to revise the date of the code, the current
Mhm.
code.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know what the ordinance says, so
yeah, that's the one
it
thing.
may just default to what, either
No,
department or both
it does,
departments.
but-
No?
It's,
As I recall,
it-
it does, it's very
It's-
specific.
okay.
yeah, so I
But it
wanna
would-
see
I
what,
don't remember at all, so.
I wanna see what it currently says.
Yeah.
and
I don't
then-
know if council could help you with that, so,
Well, I've got the ordinance.
I know, but, okay, that's,
That's no problem.
And I don't think Josh would have any problem also just.
I mean, John wrote it.
And so we'll just review that, add that to the
Review it
agenda item
as soon as-
for next month. If we need to review it sooner, please let us know. We can absolutely have a special meeting for it.
Yeah.
But
We should be fine.
unless,
Thank you.
unless it's super pressing, then
Nope,
we'll just
not at all.
plan on talking about it next month.
Sounds great, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good.
okay.
I'm good, go ahead.
So hopefully you had a chance to review the August monthly for Rockland from Libertyville. We had a total of 10 calls, 6 of them being EMS. You can see the breakdown of the calls on the back there. There was one call I just wanted to address with the board tonight, the non-emergency lift assist call. I did look into that, and of course, our Station 3 was just starting to CP at our Station 1.
Mm.
So that happens every once in a while, where all 3 stations are together. Sometimes you can't do much about it. In case in point with EMSC, we all come together, fortunately. But fortunately, this call was a non-emergent lift assist. There were no injuries or anything like that. But we just try to stay in quarters and stay available as much as possible. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of explanation on that, that long response time. But averages are on the bottom, and other than that, unremarkable. As far as department reports, open house, just like Chief Rick was talking about, this is a great time of year for public education and open house, right? Our open house is October 4th from 1 to 4. Should be fun. We'll have a candy cart. First time we're actually
Candy
inviting a
cart?
vendor.
Oh, okay.
She's local and she has a business where she does cotton candy and candy.
Oh,
and all that
nice.
stuff. And our foreign fire is actually paying for cotton candy and cotton candy for everybody.
Should've gone second, I could've went off them.
And then, public education, if you see our antique engine 4 driving around, we're doing kindergarten fire truck rides. Every year we do that, and that's something that I personally do. And I take another firefighter, it's just something that I really enjoy. One of my enjoyments is messing with the kids as much as possible. So I make them do 10 push-ups, they look at me like I have 3 eyes. But just give them a quick little, first aid and just, how to stay safe lecture, and just have a good time with them. And it's a lot of fun. We started today at Butterfield. So if you see engine 4 around, be patient. It's not the fastest vehicle. It certainly does its job. And then, of course, we follow that up with our presence in the schools as well, with our public education team. So
Very cool.
it's a good time. That's it for.
Nice. Thank you, Chiefs. Anything other Chiefs?
All good.
All right. All right, thank you. Moving on to agenda item 5, public comment. The district trustees allocate time for those individuals who would like the opportunity to address the fire district trustees on any matter not listed on the agenda. Each person addressing the trustees is asked to limit their comments to a maximum of 5 minutes. Any public comment? No public present. All right, agenda item 6, fire protection district building status. I'm going to assume that this was something Bruce brought up regarding was regarding the generator, or regarding the
Oh,
ceiling?
I'm gonna guess it's probably just for the IDOT,
Yeah,
it's just-
okay.
But we can certainly use it for
Anything regarding
the building
the building
status.
status, yeah. So, let's see, Bruce did not inform me of anything IDOT related. I have not heard anything else from the interested party that was looking into the building. Last, I heard was, I think, prior to last month's meeting, he was talking to the county regarding zoning, that's because this is zoned residential, and he don't want to use it in commercial capacity, so I'm sure that's what he was looking into. Nothing from that point. Generator update, we did have a technician up today. Generator runs fine, it works, it's just when it's set to auto, it sets an overtemp alarm when it does a self-test. got a technician out there recommending coolant service and the thermostat, which is including the coolant service. That quote will be forthcoming. But I think if I remember correctly, John sent here to let me know, but I don't know if you remember, Carl or Dan, that if it's within X amount, I think pretty much just said, go ahead and get it done, correct?
Yeah.
So that's for the generator. They did send us, prompted my memory, I'll be honest, that I've forgotten, about the overheating, or the error rather. They sent us, a new preventive maintenance agreement. So, I don't think I sent it to the trustees, but we can take a look at it with the next month's agenda,
Yeah.
review it now. I don't know, whatever it would be appropriate. It's $1,200 for the, preventive maintenance on it for the year. Includes a couple of services, oil, checking, getting the oil sent out for, inspection analysis.
This seems reasonable to
So,
me.
I think that falls within the, building operations budget.
Mhm.
Yep.
Do I need to do,
Yeah.
It's covered.
or, I can't think right
A
now.
roll call,
A,
is that what you were asking?
do I think a motion?
A motion, yes.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
motion
if
to
you're
approve
approving-
the PMA.
Yes, what was the in amount not to exceed?
$1,220.
Yeah, it's $1,220. So I'd like to make a motion to approve the planned maintenance agreement with Buckeye Power Sales in the amount not to exceed $1,220.
I'll second that.
All right, and roll call vote, trustee Dunn,
Aye.
trustee Malinowski, aye, trustee Mack, absent. What else regarding the building? That's it, we had,
Well, the HVAC.
the HVAC,
Yeah, Bruce realized after the stormwater district meeting that he couldn't get the air conditioning to run, so I came to check and it was certainly non-functional. So we called Island, who does all the maintenance on our stuff. They came out, took a look at it's the first floor unit. I checked the second floor unit was fine. First floor unit just was dead. Turned out just to be the little 24-volt control transformer had shorted out and melted down. And so they replaced that, and the bill's roughly a couple $100. So, all good.
easy peasy. Yes, we did have the SMC here just after last month's meeting, the week after.
Yeah.
That went well, they appreciated us letting them use the building. There was a little bit of hiccups because they thought we had a projector, and they forgot they had to bring it, but there's obviously no projector here. But they had
We sold it.
sold long
We
ago.
sold everything.
But that went well, they were very appreciative that they could have the meeting here, for the community regarding the stormwater management.
Oh, well, another thing which I just mentioned to you too
Mhm.
is that I'll be replacing some of the burnt out fluorescent lights. This stairwell went completely dead, so that was pretty unsafe. So
Yeah.
I got that one already, but then just a survey, it looks like we'll need about a dozen bulbs to bring everything back up to
Yeah,
going.
that's no problem, and I haven't heard anything from Nyquist as far as anything else breaking down, but, so it's been pretty good. So Carl, once again, thank you, I appreciate you handling the building maintenance.
Yes, thank you.
All right, if there's nothing else regarding building, I got nothing else.
No, I haven't heard anything.
Attorney's report.
This one, do you guys have assisted living in your district? I don't know about your
Not
your
anymore.
district.
Oh, no, we do.
Yeah, we do.
What do
You
you?
do have assisted living?
Claridge.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I do have one piece of legislation to report on. It's effective January 1st, 2026. It's the lift assist bill. It allows fire protection districts and municipal fire departments to charge a lift assist fee to the facility after the 6th lift assist visit to that facility. So
For the
previously,
calendar year.
yeah, for the calendar,
Is that per patient?
no,
Just for the entire facility?
yes,
Oh,
for
wow.
the whole
I thought it was
facility.
for patient, for
For the whole-
frequent
So it's
flyer.
six,
Yeah.
so basically the facility gets 6 free lift assists,
Yeah.
whole facility regardless of
Yeah.
occupancy.
And then it's assisted living in nursing homes. And the point is because like up until now, especially municipalities under their home rule authority, they charge the patient themselves. But, not everybody was doing that. But this allows you to charge the facility, because if you guys are doing a bunch of lift assists, it's because they're not adequately staffing. And so the point is to pressure on the facility to start adequately staffing. So if you guys are the authority having jurisdiction, I don't know how your fee structure works, you might need to adopt an ordinance authorizing
Authorizing them to do
I
it.
think
a
the
licensed
one,
fee.
We only have one in district, right?
yeah, I think Claridge,
Yeah, and we'll,
And-
it's something that we're looking at doing for,
I know ages ago, they were, when the department was still volunteer, they were pretty bad about calling for witnesses.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that,
everybody.
Yeah.
I think they got talked to at
Yeah.
one
Is
point in
it-
time, I think maybe Harlow and.
Is it non-transport lit assist?
It is non-transport with
Okay.
assist, and that is key because you can't charge GEMT for this. It has to be your reasonable personnel and equipment costs for lift assist, and GEMT is tied to the cost of transport. So it's not gonna be as much as your GEMT rates,
Mhm.
but it'll cover some of that cost and it'll hopefully cause these facilities to start staffing better, so fire department time isn't wasted on lift assists.
Yeah, I think that'll be something we should look at to, because like right now, I think we would have to adopt an ordinance to give them the authority to do that, right?
Well,
No,
No, we
No.
can set up,
For your ambulance service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
You
it's,
you
we don't
contract
have
both
that for the
departments to
ambulance.
do that.
Okay.
However, we would have to adopt a fee ordinance
Gotcha.
to do that.
Okay.
And we are looking to do that, and I couldn't even tell you how many times we've gone to Claridge. I wouldn't say that they're as egregious as we've had in the past, but that
Right.
doesn't mean that we aren't gonna put it in place for future either.
Yeah, because I remember like Marson said, like, in the past, they
They were-
used it all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, I've read the bill a couple of times now, and my reading of the bill is, it is how many calls at the facility, not per patient.
Okay.
If- I'm incorrect, which, not to sound cocky, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. John will let the board know.
Yeah, and you said this bill did pass going on effect
It did
January
pass, the governor
26th.
signed it, yes,
Okay.
January 1st.
Okay, so probably you're out to look into numbers for Claridge, since that's the only one
As
we
soon
have
as-
jurisdiction of.
Yeah, as soon as we start pulling all this together.
Yeah,
Okay.
cool.
And then, real quick, if you guys need continuing education and you don't mind going in person, there is continuing education November 8th at Cherry Valley FPD,
Mhm.
which is way out west. Or, I don't remember, Dan, did you get your
I have not,
essential trustee training?
I have not.
It is they're having essential trustee training October 24th and 25th. I think this is through NIFPD.
Okay.
And it is being held at Plainfield, but they're doing a satellite at Barrington Countryside,
Oh, nice.
which you could watch by Zoom on the 24th and the 25th if you wanted to
Okay.
get that. And that's it.
Can you forward me, like, I assume I need to sign up through it?
Yes.
Okay. Or do we have that info?
We should, I
Well,
get
if
emails
it's-
from them all the
the-
time.
I can sign you up for the IAFPD one, but not for the Northern Illinois one.
Let me, I don't remember which is which, because IFPD is hosting one and NIFPD is hosting the other, and we're involved in both organizations,
Mm.
so I get them mixed up. But I just emailed a colleague about them, and I think I told him which was which, so hold on.
I saw the email about
Let's see.
those coming up.
Yeah, I saw the
I can
email
certainly forward it
received.
That is,
Okay.
essential trustee training is through NIFPD,
Okay.
and then the continuing ed is IAFPD.
So you should be able to sign up for that yourself. no
Okay.
problem.
I can send I think I have Marston's email address from John somewhere, so I can send the, sign up information for
Yeah.
the essential
Or
trustee
you
training
can,
through you.
could send it to trustees at Rockland Fire.
Is
If
it-
you- if you- But
Yeah,
if
that
it goes
goes-
to me,
Yeah, that goes to all of us.
trustees will go to all three.
Yeah, no, I'll send that out.
Plural,
That's
right?
my report.
Trustees, yeah. All right. Thank you, Megan. Anything for the attorney, for your report? Treasury report, Carl.
All right, on the balance sheet as of August 31st, the Lake Forest Bank checking account is at $744,475.28. The reserve account is $312,686.03, and petty cash remains at $81.75, for total assets of $1,057,243.06. Budget report, let's see. Not much change since last month. Right now, we've got a little over 50% of our revenue. The second tax payments are just now going to start rolling in. We've paid 50% of the IGA. Building operations, we're at about 12%. Administration 7%. And then, of course, the insurance was all paid up at the beginning of the year, so that's pretty much where we're at. Nothing really exciting going on in the budget right now.
Right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
I will second that.
All right, roll call vote. Trustee Dunn.
Aye.
Trustee Malinowski, aye. Trustee Mack, absent. And outstanding invoices, Carl?
A very, very quiet month, just 3 of them.
Pretty light.
Yeah. ComEd for $1,004.64. North Shore Gas, $37.34. And North Shore Water Reclamation for $13.49. The total outlay was $1,055.47.
Right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the outstanding invoices in the amount of $1,055.47.
I will second.
And roll call vote. Trustee Dunn.
Aye.
Trustee Malinowski, aye. Trustee Mack, absent. All right. That. Agenda item 10, other items as may be lawfully brought before the board. Email's been quiet. Outside of the trustees' email getting a voicemail, digital voicemail spam.
Oh, I didn't see that.
No?
Interesting one.
Did you get that one?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see that, it came today.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's basically an email addressed to the trustees at Norwood Fire, says, oh, you get a email voicemail, click here.
No.
Oh, sure.
I'm sure you wanna have him click.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm on my computer at my office.
That's good.
All right, let's see. Generator, talk building, emails been quiet, talk SNC, talk maintenance, talk ordinances.
Yeah, no.
All right, with that, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:28 PM.